David forced himself on the live-in Ashley. Every morning, I could see the Ashley walking with a frivolous gait. She kept it from me, only saying she was too tired from the night shift. Until one accident when I came home unexpectedly and heard Ashley's voice coming from inside the house. Clutching my aching 7-month pregnant belly, I let the blood flow down my legs. My mother-in-law brought back a girl from outside, saying she was the daughter of someone she owed her life to. I felt like I'd seen her face somewhere before. She never called me sister-in-law, but sweetly called me Claire every time we met. "Claire, you're back." She expertly took my bag and hung it on the coat rack, her enthusiasm making it feel like I was at her house. "Tonight's dinner is a seafood feast." Linda said it's to celebrate my early promotion from Ashley. A large table was piled high with seafood, and the distinct smell of seafood wafted over. I only took one sniff before covering my mouth and rushing into the bathroom. "Oh dear, Claire, you're having morning sickness again? I told you that you're too delicate." Morning sickness is actually very simple. You get used to it. Smell more of what you can't stand, like desensitization therapy. The girl next to me giggled. I supported myself on the toilet and glanced at her, truly not understanding why she was Ashley. Back in the bedroom, I closed the door tightly and leaned against the window to smell the fresh air outside. The nausea gradually subsided, and the door was pushed open. It was my David coming in. "Claire, dinner's ready. What is there to eat? Is there anything on that table that I can eat?" He froze for a second before realizing that I was allergic to seafood. "Haley got the job, and Mom was so happy she forgot all about it." "Mom forgot, and you forgot too?" I glanced at him indifferently and turned away, not speaking anymore. Robert and I met through friends. He pursued me for 3 months, and we dated for 2 years. Before getting married. After the wedding, his parents moved into our house under the guise of snowbirding. "Oh, upstate New York is too cold. It's really not suitable for us old folks. Your father and I will stay here for a few months and go back when spring comes." At that time, I had just found out I was pregnant and needed someone to take care of me at home. Besides, the elders said they would only stay for a few months, so I really had no reason to refuse. Originally, it was nice to have 4 people living together. Someone would cook dinner when I got home from work, and someone would clean the house. I was quite happy. But everything changed after my mother-in-law met Haley while shopping for groceries. My mother-in-law had high blood pressure. One morning, she forgot to take her blood pressure medicine and happened to meet Haley, who had just graduated. The two of them became acquainted. Coincidentally, my mother-in-law discovered that Haley was actually the daughter of the person who saved her life. I didn't hear the details, but after that day, our family of 4 suddenly gained another person. My mother-in-law felt sorry for her being alone in another city and often invited her to our house. I've always dreamed of having a daughter, but unfortunately, I damaged my body when I gave birth to Robert. But it's okay. Heaven saw how pitiful I was and sent Haley to me. Haley had just graduated and was assigned to an internship at a second-rate hospital. She complained to my mother-in-law every day, saying that she dreamed of being promoted early. My mother-in-law agreed to it without saying a word. I saved $200,000 for retirement. "Daughter-in-law, isn't your older brother a doctor at a hospital? Let's find some connections and get Haley in." I frowned, and after restraining myself for a while, I still couldn't help but say, "It's normal for Ashley to have an internship period." I've never seen an Ashley get promoted right after graduation. My brother is a doctor, but that's at a top-tier hospital. Not just anyone can get in. I couldn't stand Haley. I didn't like her from the first time I saw her. Hearing me say this, she bit her lip, tears welling up in her eyes, looking extremely wronged. "Oh dear, internships don't pay, and the work is exhausting. How can Haley's small body handle it?" If you don't want to help, fine, I'll go find someone else. Mom, when I got married, you kept saying you didn't have money, and the wedding gift was only $30,000. It's only been a few months, and you can take out $200,000? Well, before your father and I came here, didn't we contract out the land at home? And all the subsidy money is included, that's how much it is. My mother-in-law's expression flickered, looking guilty. It's okay, Auntie. If Claire doesn't want me to get promoted, then I won't. It's just an internship year, it's okay if it's hard and tiring. What others can do, I can do too. As soon as she heard this, Robert was about to say something to smooth things over, but I glared him back. You chose to study to be an Ashley, this job isn't easy. Even if you get promoted, it'll be the same. If you can't handle this hardship, I advise you to switch to something else early. I can do it, Claire. My mom dreams that I can inherit her profession. I didn't get into medical school, so I had to settle for second best. I must be an Ashley. I didn't really understand why she was so persistent. If she wasn't cut out for it, she might as well give up early. But my mother-in-law was very supportive. Your mother is also doing it for your own good. Being an Ashley is a real job, a secure job. You can still get a pension when you're old. Let's do this. Don't listen to what others say. What's the use of earning more now if you won't have a pension when you're old? Don't worry, I'll take care of the promotion. I'll take good care of you for your mother. My mother-in-law held Haley's hand, smiling from ear to ear, looking more and more fond of her. I glared at Robert and turned back to the bedroom. Honey, don't be like Mom. Mom is just trying to repay a debt. It was then that I learned what my mother-in-law meant by repaying a debt. When my mother-in-law was pregnant with Robert, she went on a trip. On the way back to the city, she was on a passenger bus. Perhaps due to the bumps, her less than full-term baby was born prematurely. In those days, hospitals were not common. There was often only one county hospital in a county. If the bus wanted to go to the hospital at that time, the journey would take more than an hour. At that time, there happened to be a female doctor on the bus. After checking my mother-in-law's condition, she directly delivered the baby on the bus, saving the lives of both mother and child. I heard my mom say that I was only 7 months old at the time. If it weren't for that female doctor, I would have died long ago. So, honey, just treat this money as if it bought my life, and don't argue with Mom. Mom has been talking about meeting a living bodhisattva for half her life. This is finally an opportunity, so it can be regarded as resolving her knot. Haley was the daughter of that female doctor. My mother-in-law readily acknowledged her and treated her like her own daughter. Forget it, I don't lack that little bit of money, but it's obvious that your mom is treating me like an idiot, Robert. Just this once, there won't be a next time. I'm too lazy to argue, but there's no way I'm going to ask my brother for help. Yes, 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 honey is generous, honey is the most generous. I lowered my head and touched my belly. There was a little life inside that was just over 4 months old. If I encountered that kind of crisis, I would also be grateful to this female doctor. She saved not only a life but also a family. I lay in bed checking the status of the female streamers in the company. The new employees were obviously not relaxed enough and were a bit restrained. It seemed that I had to go and give them some guidance tomorrow. Claire, you didn't eat anything tonight. I made you some steamed eggs. Come and have some. I frowned, looking at the person who appeared at the door of my bedroom. She was only wearing a lace-trimmed white dress, without even a bra, revealing what was underneath. Can you knock on my door before entering my room? That's basic courtesy. Oh, I'm sorry, Claire. I didn't have the habit of knocking at home before. I put down the tablet and walked a few steps to stand in front of her. Then you should develop that habit. In someone else's house, knocking is polite. Also, what is this you're wearing? What's wrong with what I'm wearing? Isn't this just loungewear? I felt the veins on my forehead slowly throbbing. I closed my eyes and was about to get angry when my mother-in-law came over to ask what was going on. What's wrong? What's wrong now? Auntie, Claire said I didn't knock at someone else's house. I'm sorry, I'll change it in the future. It's not a big deal. I thought it was something else. Then you should go to her room less often and go back to your own room. Her own room? What does she mean by her own room? David quickly ran over. Honey, I forgot to tell you that the landlord of Haley's previous apartment suddenly changed his mind and took the apartment back. Haley is homeless. We can't just let a young girl live on the street, can we? It just so happens that we have a spare room at home, and it's also convenient for Mom to take care of her, so she doesn't have to run back and forth. I looked at Robert in disbelief. So, she's moved into our house? The new job is at Riverdale Hospital, which is close to our house, so it's convenient for her to go to and from work. So, my mother-in-law recognized a benefactor, found her a job, arranged housing, and even had her move into my house. All of this happened in less than 2 months. It was truly log. Hable. I'll only stay for a few days. Hotels are too expensive, and I can't find a suitable apartment for the time being, but I promise I'll move out as soon as I find one. Move out? Why move out? It's too dangerous for a girl to rent an apartment alone. It's not like our family is lacking one person. You're the daughter I've acknowledged. Isn't it natural for you to live in my house before you get married? You don't have to care what others say. Auntie will let you stay, so you stay. The old woman suddenly became uncharacteristically tough. She had been so polite when she and her husband first came. Mom, you and Dad are only here temporarily for snowbirding. You said you'd go back when spring comes. You're going to give birth in a few months. Who's going to take care of the baby if I don't? Can you rely on anyone from your family to take care of you? You're orphaned, with only one older brother who's not married. Childbirth is when you need help the most. Your father and I have decided that we're not leaving. We'll help you take care of the child. I don't need it. I'll hire a postpartum recovery period nanny to take care of me and the baby. You and Dad are welcome to stay here if you want. It's fine if you want to go back, but Haley can't. Haley can't? Why can't she? She's my daughter. Don't even mention your goddaughter. Even if she were your own daughter, she couldn't stay for long, because this is my house, and this house is mine. I can accept you and Dad staying here because you're Robert's parents, but no one else can. My attitude was firm, and the atmosphere was incredibly awkward for a while. My mother-in-law was so angry that she couldn't stand it. Mom, Claire doesn't mean that. She means that she's going to give birth in a little over 3 months. When the baby comes back, the house won't have day or night. The baby's crying will disturb Haley's rest, right? Haley really isn't suitable for living at home. Why isn't she suitable? Haley is an Ashley. It's reassuring to have an Ashley at home in case something happens. Can't you have some morals at your age? I've never heard of anyone hoping something would happen at home and arranging an Ashley in advance. Besides, this Ashley got certified after 3 years of online courses and 2 months of internship. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm telling you, I'll only give you 1 month. If you can't find an apartment after a month, you can live wherever you want. My mother-in-law sat cross-legged on the ground, crying and slapping her knees, as if she had suffered a great injustice. Robert, this is the good wife you found. Is she planning to kick me, this old woman, out too? Mom, she doesn't mean that. This has nothing to do with you. Hey, Mom, get up. What are you doing, Mom? In the end, my father-in-law came over and took her away, and that was the end of the matter. When Haley saw my mother-in-law leave, she turned around and wanted to go back to her room, but I stopped her again. Put on some clothes inside your loungewear. There are 2 men in this house. What does she think she's doing? I can't imagine that her mother was also a doctor. Is this how a highly educated family raises their children? After that day, it seemed like the house was divided into 2 camps, and there was an invisible film blocking me and them. The food my mother-in-law made became more and more unappetizing, full of meat and greasy food. It had gotten to the point where I didn't even dare to leave my bedroom. Sometimes, there was no dinner at all when I came home from work. Haley has been working the night shift for the past 2 days and is still sleeping. Walk lightly, so you don't wake her up. Every time I was about to get angry, my David would stop me and try to appease me. Forget it, forget it. It's just 1 month, honey. Just bear with it for 1 month, and she'll move out. The month came as scheduled, and Haley moved out of my house. But I didn't expect that the new apartment she found was just downstairs from my house. Does this count as moving out? Other than sleeping, she's still at our house at other times. Is there any difference? Who are you trying to fool? What else do you want? You made her move out, and she moved out. Are you going to control whether she visits? Don't think that just because you're pregnant with our family's grandson, you can take advantage of our whole family. You've already done what you said you'd do, and you're still pushing your luck. I'll say it again, Haley is the daughter I've acknowledged, so she's my own daughter. No one can stop my daughter from coming back to my house for a meal. I felt a sharp pain rising from my lower abdomen, so painful that I couldn't help but bend over. Honey, what's wrong? She's faking it, trying to threaten us with the child. She doesn't eat this today and wants to vomit tomorrow. Who hasn't been a woman before? I wasn't this delicate when I was pregnant. My mother-in-law stood to the side, making sarcastic remarks, and Robert took out his phone to call 911. It wasn't until my face turned pale and I broke out in a cold sweat that my mother-in-law really started to panic. The doctor said I had a threatened miscarriage and that it was good that I came to the hospital in time. They gave me N4 and told me to rest well. Auntie, is it because of me again? How could Claire suddenly have an accident? Don't think nonsense. What does it have to do with us? She's been 6 months pregnant and still goes to work every day. Who knows what she's been doing outside that caused the threatened miscarriage? Auntie, don't be angry with her. Isn't that how mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law are? She's pregnant, so let's be considerate of her. Relying on her pregnancy to order my son around, I've long been displeased with her. When she gives birth to the child, I won't let Robert spoil her anymore. A wife isn't honest unless you beat H. Robert is stupid and has been manipulated by her. Oh, Robert is a good man. He knows how to love his wife. Let's not interfere with their affairs. Auntie, I went shopping with my colleagues this morning and bought you some clothes. Can you come to the Ashley station with me and try them on? See if they fit. The sound of the 2 of them chatting came from the door of the ward, fading away. I reached out and touched my belly, secretly telling myself, just bear with it for 3 more months. After being discharged from the hospital, I stayed at the company, saying that my body couldn't handle the back and forth trips, and rarely went home. I opened a media company and hired a lot of beautiful young ladies to be streamers, preparing suites with a bedroom and a bathroom for each of them, with the company covering all the food and accommodation. When I first moved into the company, Robert also planned to live with me at the company in order to take care of me, but my mother-in-law called 4 or 5 times a day, telling him to come back for dinner when it was time to get off work. Robert couldn't go against his own mother and was worried about me, so he coaxed me to go back together. You go back. I don't want to see them. I'm just waiting to give birth to the baby safely. I have a bad temper, and I'll get angry again if I go back. The doctor said it would be dangerous if I had another threatened miscarriage. For the sake of the baby, I'll just stay at the company during this time. Don't worry, my colleagues will take care of me. Robert went home alone, coming to the company to see me during the day and going back at night, acting like he was coming to work. Gradually, Robert came to the company less and less often. Some of the older colleagues in the company knew about my troubles at home and reminded me to be careful. Claire, I'm not trying to say anything, but this is the time when Robert is being tested the most during your pregnancy. You should pay more attention. Perhaps I was overthinking things. Lying in bed at night, my colleagues' words echoed in my ears. I opened my phone and found Haley's Moments, scrolling down from the top. The latest one said, Robert's crab rangoon pasta is so delicious, a 5-star chef's level. A yellowish-white petal bowl held the golden crab rangoon pasta, which looked very appetizing. That bowl was my special one. It was a gift Robert gave me on International Women's Day. It wasn't expensive, but it was very pretty. The second one said, the woman who is pampered by her brother is the happiest woman in the world. The accompanying picture was a Venmo transfer of $5,000. The third one was a bag, a niche brand, but the style was not bad. It seemed that the $5,000 was for buying the bag. I continued to scroll down. Most of Haley's moments were related to Robert. A woman's intuition told me that something was wrong. I didn't sleep all night. I couldn't believe that Robert would betray me, but I couldn't help but think wildly. My stomach felt uncomfortable again. It seemed that the baby also knew that I was in a bad mood and bothered me all night. The next morning, I called Robert and heard Haley's voice next to him. Why is she at our house again? She's working the night shift and just came back from work to drop off something and will leave right away. Robert, come and try it on quickly. If the pants don't fit, I can exchange them. Coming! Honey, I have something to do. I'll call you back later. Before I could say anything, he had already hung up. Haley bought Robert a pair of pants. I couldn't sit still anymore and asked my colleague and friend Tiffany to drive me home. Claire, I'll go upstairs with you later. I'm a little worried. I'm just going back to get a few clothes. What are you worried about? Tiffany hesitated but didn't say much. Downstairs, I saw my parents-in-law. They were taking a walk. They didn't see me, so I didn't take the initiative to say hello. I unlocked the door with my fingerprint, and the first thing that caught my eye was a pair of white shoes on the floor. Those were white shoes that Ashley wear, light and comfortable. My heart skipped a beat, and I had a premonition that something was going to happen. As I approached the bedroom door, I heard the sounds inside. Haley's voice, which sounded both painful and pleasurable, came through. At that moment, I felt like a bucket of cold water had been poured over my head, and my existence seemed like a joke. I slowly moved to the living room, took out my phone, and made a call. Brother, Robert is cheating on me. Can you come to my house and pick me up? The person on the other end was my older brother. He was busy with work, and we rarely saw each other. What's going on? Tell me slowly. I'll come and pick you up right away. Robert and Haley are having sex in the bedroom right now. Brother, my stomach hurts. Don't worry, call 911 first. Where are your parents-in-law? Go to the hospital first. Claire, I'll be there soon. The pain came fiercely. I was trembling and couldn't hold on to the phone. With a loose hand, the phone fell to the ground. In the receiver, I could still hear my brother's anxious shouts. The sound from the bedroom seemed to be getting louder. I knelt on the ground, clutching my stomach, wanting to shout for Robert to save me, but I couldn't make a sound. A warm liquid flowed down my trouser leg onto the floor. It was bright red blood. Claire, Oh my God, she's bleeding. Call an ambulance quickly. What's going on? How could she be bleeding? Stop shouting and call 911. It was Tiffany and my parents-in-law, who had come up together. Tiffany wanted to pick me up, but she couldn't lift me at all and was about to cry from anxiety. Claire, hold on. Where's Robert? God damn it, where's Robert? The living room was in chaos. I clutched my stomach, my head drooping, my body bent like a SHR. Imp. What's going on? What happened? Honey? Honey! Robert ran out shirtless, wearing only a pair of pants, with a string of hickeys on his chest. Haley also came out, still wearing that white lace dress, her hair disheveled, looking like she was scared silly. Robert helped me up, looking panicked. How long until the ambulance gets here? Let's go downstairs first. Let's go down and wait. Honey, put your arms around my neck. I'll pick you up. He grabbed my arm and wanted to pick me up, but I mustered all my strength and slapped him hard. You're not human. If anything happens to the baby, I'll make you pay with your life. Knowing he was in the wrong, he didn't dare to say anything, but he stubbornly wanted to pick me up. By the time I was sent to the hospital, my heart was already half cold. My stomach wasn't hurting as much anymore, but I could feel that my baby seemed to be gone. The patient's condition is dangerous. She has symptoms of premature labor. How long has she been pregnant? 7.5 months. Only 7 months, and they said before that her condition was unstable and she needed to rest well and avoid anything that could cause a threatened miscarriage. How did you family members take care of her? I'm sorry, doctor, please, you must save her. The ultrasound results are out. We have to perform surgery immediately. From the current situation, it seems that the child can't be saved. A family member needs to sign. The child can't be saved? No, I can't sign this. Save the child, we must save the child. My mother-in-law stomped her feet anxiously, blocking Robert from signing. A premature birth at 7 months can be saved. That's how my son was, exactly the same. There were no hospitals back then, and I gave birth to him on the bus. Don't give up, doctor, it can be saved. Even if they're both premature births at 7 months, patients are different from each other. Don't waste time. If we delay any longer, the adult will be in danger. No, son, you can't sign. Find Dr. Wang. Dr. Wang will definitely have a way. She was the one who delivered Robert. Haley, hurry, call your mom and ask her what to do. Save the baby. Haley stood by the wall, her eyes flickering, not saying a word. You child, hurry up. Where's your phone? Call your mom. The blue curtain of the ER was only half drawn, and I could see everything that was happening outside clearly. Which hospital is Dr. Wang from? There's no one named Wang at a top-tier hospital in this city. Not from this city, but from a doctor in another province, in gynecology. She's very good at delivering babies, has a mole at the corner of her eye, and is older than me. After hearing the description, the doctor shook his head, said he hadn't heard of her, and kept urging Robert to sign. But my mother-in-law refused to give up, wanting to find Dr. Wang, saying that she wouldn't let Robert sign no matter what. I couldn't stand it anymore. Ashley, call the doctor. I'll sign it myself. I don't need them. The Ashley led the doctor in. Just as the surgery consent form was about to be handed to me, my mother-in-law grabbed it. You can't sign. If you sign, the child will be gone. If we delay any longer, the adult's life will be in danger. The doctor anxiously called the Ashley to bring another consent form. It's okay. I was able to survive on the bus. It was even more serious for me back then. Haley, hurry and call your mom and ask what to do. Stop shouting. I supported myself on the bed, wanting to sit up. As soon as I got up a little, I ran out of strength. There is no Dr. Wang. Dr. Wang died 5 years ago. No one can save your precious grandson. And that one standing outside, how did I not know when Dr. Wang had such a daughter? If she really gave birth to such a thing, she would be so angry that she would come back to life even after death. My mother was strong-willed her whole life. In that era when medicine was not well developed, she traveled all over half of China to study gynecology, look at various difficult and complicated diseases, and make friends with predecessors in the same industry to absorb knowledge. She wouldn't give birth to a daughter like Haley. What do you mean? How do you know about Dr. Wang? What is your relationship with Dr. Wang? That's her mom. Her own mom. It was my brother who had arrived. He glanced at me, his eyebrows fierce, snatched the consent form that my mother-in-law was holding, and signed it in a few strokes. My name is David, and I'm a neurosurgeon at Community General Hospital. I'm the pregnant woman's older brother. Our parents are dead, and I'm her guardian. I can sign this too. Hurry and send my sister into the operating room. I don't care what happens to the child in her belly, you must save my sister's life. My brother took the lead and stopped the old woman who was unwilling to give up. I was finally pushed into the operating room. The child was gone. I had a C-section, and the child was gone when they took him out. Just a short time ago, he had been kicking me. I stared blankly at my flat abdomen, where there was a newly sutured wound. The anesthesia had worn off, and it began to ache faintly. Claire, you don't think too much. Tiffany sat by the hospital bed, wanting to comfort me, but not knowing how to start. Where's my brother? Your brother hit Robert and was taken away by the police station. He just called me to ask about your situation and said he was already on his way back. I wasn't surprised at all that my brother would hit someone. My brother and I have very similar tempers, but he had become more restrained after becoming a doctor. Robert and his family are all outside. Your mother-in-law already knows she mistook someone else. What an idiot. I don't even know how she mixed it up. How did Haley become my mom's daughter? My brother cleared up my confusion. Don't you remember when we were little, Mom was BUSY with work, so we hired a nanny to take care of us? Her name was Linda, the one with a limp. I nodded, vaguely remembering, but she didn't take care of us for very long before quitting. That Haley is Linda's daughter. No wonder she looked familiar, I'd seen her before. I'm 4 years older than you, so I remember clearly. Linda's daughter came to our house a few times. She was even younger than you. Once, Linda didn't cook the green beans thoroughly, and you and Haley got food poisoning after eating them. I escaped because I didn't like green beans. You two were sent to the hospital, and that's when your mother-in-law met Mom. That time, Robert had a fever, and his mother took him to the hospital, where she met my mom, her savior. They chatted and she learned that Dr. Wang's daughter had food poisoning. Haley and I were both lying in bed. In the rush, Robert's mother mistook Haley for my mom's daughter, remembering a red birthmark on her arm. At the farmer's market, your mother-in-law recognized Haley by that birthmark. I don't know what the girl was thinking, but she didn't deny it. Instead, she agreed, and just like that, she moved into your house. It's my fault I didn't ask clearly. If I had known earlier that my mother-in-law's benefactor was my mom, none of this would have happened. Your mother-in-law found out she mistook the person and hit Haley, slapping her several times, saying she killed her precious grandson. They're all responsible for the baby's life. My brother sighed when he heard me say that. Little sister, I don't know how to comfort you. This is absurd, but it has shown you what kind of person Robert is. Maybe the child just wasn't meant to be. Take care of yourself, you can have more in the future. My brother, being a science guy, wasn't good at comforting people. Brother, I want a divorce. Please help me. I've taken my annual leave from the hospital. Don't worry, I have time. Robert came to apologize, kneeling as S. Hoon as he entered. Claire, I was wrong, Claire. I know what happened. I was tricked by Haley. Forgive me this time, okay? It doesn't matter that the baby is gone. We're young, we can have more in the future. Forgive me this time, I promise I'll never do it again. His parents followed behind him, cowering and no longer arrogant. Yes, it's all Haley's fault. She's a liar. She tricked me into getting her job transferred, tricked me into renting an apartment for her. She said her mother was too busy to take care of her and wouldn't let me contact her mom. I knew there was something wrong with her, but she knew things about Dr. Wang, so I was fooled. Claire, please forgive me. She knew things about Dr. Wang? How much do you even know about Dr. Wang? It was just a chance encounter. My mom saved countless lives in her life and never expected anything in return, never imagining she'd be repaid like this. Why? Why is this whole family out of their minds? Robert, I won't forgive you. I won't forgive any of you. We're getting a divorce. I don't ever want to see any of you again. No, Claire, I don't agree to a divorce. I won't divorce you. I love you. I scoffed, finding his words extremely ironic. When you were sleeping with her, did you ever think about who you loved? I was tricked by her. She said she was Dr. Wang's daughter, she said. Enough. Don't mention my mom. Even in death, Dr. Wang is being dragged back to take the blame. What did my mom do wrong? Her mistake was saving you and your mother back then, so you could live to this day and bring misfortune upon me. I sat up, gripping the sheets tightly. My brother rushed forward, ready to hit him. Brother, don't let him dirty your hands. He's not worth it. Divorce. It has to be a divorce. If you don't agree, I'll go through legal proceedings. You had nothing when we got married. I'll return your 30,000 wedding gift. Move out of my house. I never want to see any of you again. All of you. IW. And crazy, throwing everything I could find. The water glass, tissues, and apple on the nightstand were all hurled at Robert. My brother held me and comforted me for a long time before my emotions gradually calmed down. I don't care about any misunderstandings, and I don't care who she tricked. The truth is you slept with her, and the truth is my baby is gone. Robert, I feel disgusted just looking at you. I'm begging you, get out. Don't let me see you again. Tiffany pulled Robert's mother, who still wanted to say something, and dragged her out of the hospital room. My brother stood in front of the bed, as if he was going to personally escort Robert and his father out. My brother took care of everything that followed. I couldn't wait for the 1-month cooling-off period at the family court, so I scheduled a court appointment with Robert as soon as I was discharged from the hospital. At the courthouse door, Robert hesitated to go in. Claire, when we were dating, you loved light yellow the most. You said it was a delicate color, that it made people want to protect you. That's what I thought when I looked at you, too. I wanted to protect you forever, but unfortunately, it seems I broke my promise. Stop wasting time with useless words. Are you coming in or not? Can't you really give me another chance? Robert, do you know that Haley is pregnant? She works at the hospital. The ridiculous things that happened outside the ER have already spread throughout the hospital. A colleague of hers told me she was pregnant. She found out she was pregnant a few days ago. She wasn't originally from here, so some of her paperwork wasn't complete. She found out when she submitted her medical report a few days ago. I heard she plans to have an abortion when she's further along. Perfect. You can marry her. The grandson your mother has been longing for is in her belly. Your mother likes her so much, you two will definitely have a great mother-in-law relationship. I won't marry her. My mother hates her now. You don't know, she lost her job. My mother went to the relevant departments, willing to throw away $200,000 to get her job taken away. Claire, my mother knows she was wrong. She cries every day and misses you. Let's go home, let's not get a divorce, okay? As he spoke, he reached for my hand, but I twisted away. Don't touch me, you disgust me. Robert, even if I, Claire, die, I won't be buried in your family's ancestral grave. I'm unlucky to have met you in this life. Are you coming in or not? If you don't come in, I'll go in myself and start the legal process. I took the lead and pushed the door open, not wanting to waste any more words with him. In the end, he followed me in and we got divorced. His whole family moved out of my house. Robert's mother looked at me reluctantly before leaving. Claire, it's my fault. It's all my fault. If I hadn't mistaken the person, you and Robert wouldn't have ended up like this. You were the benefactor's daughter, but I harmed you like this. Claire, I'm sorry. She cried so hard she was convulsing. I believe she was truly regretful. But it was over. Apologies were useless. They couldn't bring back my baby. Robert's family moved downstairs to the apartment they had rented for Haley. I put the house on the market and planned to sell it and move into my company. Later, I heard from the neighbors that my ex-mother-in-law had a cerebral hemorrhage not long after the divorce and was hospitalized for more than a month. Haley was the one taking care of her. Haley, with the baby in her belly, forcefully moved into their house, but the neighbors could always hear arguments coming from that apartment. Misery loves company. Haley lost her nursing job. Robert didn't have a job in the first place, he just had an operations title at my company, but he didn't actually do anything. I heard his father found a job as a security guard, but he was fired after only half a month. The reason seemed to be that residents complained he was too old and couldn't remember license plate numbers. My house was successfully sold by the agency. I ran into Haley and Robert when I went back to pack my things. Claire, long time no see. Haley's belly was already showing. She saw me and intimately grabbed Robert's arm. Robert took 2 steps back before shaking her off. Haley's face darkened. Wife. Claire, are you moving? I sold the house. I find it unlucky to live there. Claire, Mom is sick. She misses you a lot. So? What does that have to do with me? How can you be so heartless? You used to call her Mom. Shouldn't you go see her now that she's sick? She was so good to you before. Heartless? Didn't I feed my heart to you so you could jump on my face and sniff around like crazy? Go take care of the mom you lied and tricked into recognizing. Also, please keep an eye on the man you schemed to seduce. Stop sending texts to other women from different phone numbers in the middle of the night. My blocked list is already full with dozens of numbers, I can't fit any more. I opened the car door, got in, and drove off. In the rearview mirror, Haley and Robert were already fighting. Trash men deserve trash women, they're a match made in heaven.